So I'm pretty sure that I'm back. I have been toying with the concept of returning to podcasting whew, for a few months now. So if you are new here, welcome. I am Michelle Talbert. I am a recovering corporate attorney turned entrepreneur, business consultant, originally from New York and currently residing in New Orleans, Louisiana, by way of South Florida for about a decade. So I've been here about a year and a half. And this podcast, We All Win, is an iteration that has been ever evolving since I first got on a podcast mic in 2008 or 2009 and created the Dust Off Your Dream podcast, which evolved into Her Power Hustle, which existed. And you can, see past episodes. I interviewed people, I spoke directly to the mic, to the audience, and I wanted to come today because what's been on my heart to do that I've just been sort of pushing down, pushing down, pushing down. And I don't know if you're like me in this regard of you have a good idea, it feels very aligned, it feels like the right thing to do, but yet you don't do it. And hopefully this is a judgment-free zone, but if you're judging me, you're probably not my right audience, okay? Because this podcast is about to take a turn for the true, deep, let's talk about it, make space, and be safe, supported, and seen, especially for Black women, especially for Black women over 40, and especially for Black women over 40 who are either in business, in corporate, or in between. But what's been on my heart is that I just want to come on and talk for like 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, 15 minutes there, and just kind of drop, honestly, postmenopausal me, 56-year-old me, lots of little random thoughts, but I think that they're helpful. And the only reason I haven't shared them before now is because I'm like, all of the steps required to do a quote unquote proper podcast, and everything's so shiny these days, and everybody's on the mic, and it's just so noisy. It's just this cacophony of sound, and it's not even always the best sound, right? And it's like someone recently said, like, if men suffer in silence, why are there so many podcasts? But if you look at the Instagram feed, and unfortunately, sometimes my algorithm betrays me and sends me all these kind of like podcast bros talking about, the ultimate feminine woman and masculinity and and what is it? What do we call it? What, high value women or some madness they talk about? But at any rate, my point is that there's just quote unquote so much competition, but I know that that's also a limiting belief, which is something I do want to get into in another time that we're together. But the reason I hopped on today was, number one, to like make myself do it. Okay, I'm tired of being up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm tired of writing down podcast ideas and then talking myself out of it because of I need to have a certain type of shiny, and now maybe it needs to be video too, and all the steps to precede just doing the damn thing. Okay. So, with that being said, I wanted to come on and talk about come as you are. And come as you are as a concept is not something we really say as much as I guess people used to say back in the day. But recently I was thinking about an event that I held. I used to host events for women in South Florida for a number of years, which is why I ended up saying we need our own space, and opening and launching Her Power Space, my co-working space, that I sold in 2024. And the concept of come as you are for this event that I'm hosting this Saturday here in Louisiana, which will be my first live event in 2 years, came up because I was thinking about one Saturday where I was hosting a come as you are, right? They were the Her Power Moves, come as you are, get together. I keep them to 2 hours so that you can have the rest of your day and weekend. And we have a particular topic. And one of the women who are in my ecosystem, and she and I've actually done a bunch of events together because she's an amazing event coordinator. And she came in, and remind you, we're in Miami. It's summertime. I think it was like June or July, which is even hotter than summertime in South Florida, right? And she came in and she had the cutest pair of little white shorts on, a little top, whatever. I didn't pay it any mind. So when we finished, we're talking, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, before I came here, I stopped at the grocery store to pick up something, and I saw so and so. And so happened to be another local woman who is an attorney who hosts women's events, and hers are usually like in a hotel and really big, and it's this annual event for Black women and women of color, and it's just this higher level of you ain't coming as you are, like you're dressing to go to this event that she would hold annually. But what was interesting about it was my friend was saying how she hid when she saw her in the grocery store on her when she stopped in on her way to my event. So just to be clear, she's wearing what she's wearing at my quote unquote event when she hides from the other lady in the grocery store. And I was like, why did you hide from her? She was like, do you see I have on poom poom shorts now? Just quick aside, if you're not Caribbean descended or potentially have grown up in a Caribbean community, you poom poom shorts are is a word that means short shorts. Some of us, when we were coming up back in the day in New York and other cities, we call them Daisy Dukes, right? There's even a song. So the point being that they are short shorts, but they're not really. They weren't like, super short. They weren't like panties. They were shorts, and she's a very beautiful figure. It doesn't matter. The point was she had on a pair of white shorts and she hid in a grocery store on a Saturday from the other lady. She was like, she can't see me like this. I'm like, it's Saturday and you're in the grocery store. But yet, mind you, she came to my event in that outfit, right? And I loved that so much. And that story has sat in my heart for years and years. I've told it here and there. And the reason I'm saying it here is because there's two reasons. One is that if we can't be in spaces where we feel safe enough to come as we are on the outside, how can we possibly feel safe enough to share and come as we are on the inside? And not every space is an appropriate space to share, right? But the point is that that was another woman who, purportedly cultivated spaces for Black women, right? But the point was, it wasn't safe to show up in non business attire on a Saturday in the grocery store. It wasn't safe to come as you are, but rather put on, in some cases, armor. And for a lot of that, we know what that feels like when we're in the workplace for sure, or out and about navigating this world in various ways, right? And so my purpose on this planet, and the reason that I just turned this mic on and was like, you know what, I'm going to add my voice to the conversation. I don't want to be on video right now. I'm sitting in the corner of my room, which I call my prayer corner, which is where I meditate and pray and journal, and it makes me happy. And I also don't have a bra on right now. It is what, 7:30 in the morning when I'm recording this, right? And I don't want to have to get on video every time that I want to come to you and be able to maybe just give you a couple of minutes of something that has either impacted me or a thought I've had that I want to share with you, because I think it's really important that we allow ourselves to create spaces and be honest in those spaces. And for a long time, as a lawyer, you're supposed to have all the answers. So I believe that I'm walking through this world supposedly supposing to have all the answers, and very much and very often I feel inside like I have the answer, but is it the right answer? Am I actually delivering on what I think the answer would be? And oftentimes I end up just completely censoring myself and not sharing. And I don't want to do that anymore. I need to be honest. I need to be vulnerable. And I don't need to be those things for me. I need to be those things for us. Because there are people who, quote unquote, look up to me and who come to me. And I don't want them to think that I'm some type of superhuman, because none of us are. We all have our lanes. We all have our gifts and talents and zone of genius. Side note, I love books. Read Gay Hendricks' The Big Leap if you haven't, about navigating your zone of genius and operating from your zone of genius. Excellent book on the topic if you haven't already. And so I am so grateful to you for listening. I'll probably drop another note tomorrow. Hell, I might drop another note later today. These are going to come out sporadically. They're going to come from my heart. I'm not going to overthink this, but I do believe that there are things, and hopefully you can let me know actually. Hit me up on LinkedIn, Michelle Y. Talbert. I'm also Michelle Y. Talbert on Instagram, so you can DM me, but I do not have alerts on for any social media whatsoever. If you're listening and you happen to have my 305 number, you know how to text me and you can hit me up there as well. But if you have thoughts about sharing thoughts or any thoughts about things that you want to hear me, as some of you know, Amanda Francis would riff on, right? She loves to say riff, I riff. And so if there are thoughts and ideas and concepts and things that you're working through that you might want my opinion on or to hear my thoughts on, I am going to be here for you and show up for us because I do believe we all win. I can't wait to see you on the next one. I can't wait to hear any thoughts that you have. Again, you can find me, Michelle Y. Talbert, on LinkedIn, Michelle Y. Talbert on Instagram. My DMs are always open, and I look forward to the next time we're together, which may just be tomorrow. All right, take care. It's the We All Win podcast. Feel free to subscribe. Again, I might share one later today, tomorrow. It won't, again, though, be months and months. I'm locked in. I'm here. I'm really excited to get to know you, to share with you, and to just speak from my heart with no agenda other than to ensure that you feel seen, safe, supported. And I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Take care.